Chapter 31, Written in Stone. The governor and a few other dignitaries had chairs reserved inside the tent, but most of the 600 people on the grounds of Wilcox Castle had paid from $100 to $1,000 to broil in the July 4th sun. Dana and Anne and Jeep got into the party free because they'd licked about 4,000 envelopes and stamps. Anne surveyed the enormous stone front. It looks better from the outside and not so scary in the daylight. Dana said, "It seems more like James Weaver from the outside." "The old James Weaver," Anne said. "Well, he was only 33 when he built it." "Yes," said Anne, "but somehow I thought he'd always be our age." A young couple walked by them holding hands. The guy, who must have been sweltering in a suit and tie, said, "I'd sure like to see the inside." "No, you wouldn't," Jeep muttered under his breath. The woman replied dreamily, "Let's have balconies like those when we build our house. They're so romantic, aren't they, honey?" "Try hanging from one lady," Jeep whispered. Dana laughed and sipped a frosty glass of iced tea as her father's voice bombarded the crowd, thanks to the free services of sensory sound of Lawrence. "Ladies and gentlemen, in a minute we'll hear from the Honorable Jacqueline Marks, Governor of the State of Kansas. But first I'd like to welcome—" "Whew, it's hot," Jeep said. "Let's sit under the tree here. That looks like somebody could climb it and swing it into the house from it. If somebody was a maniac, lunatic, crazy person." He plunked himself down under the giant elm, expecting the soft earth to yield to him. Instead, he got a jolt up his spine. "What's this?" Jeep crawled away the tall grass, and underneath, embedded in the earth, was a granite plaque like a flat gravestone. "Somebody is buried here?" Anne asked. "I don't know. I can't read it." Jeep continued to clear the grass away. Dana said closer, just as the crowd was welcoming Governor Marks. The words on the marker were impossible to read because layers of dirt clogged the carved letters, and half the marker was still buried under tree roots and grass. Dana poured her iced tea over the stone and wiped away rivulets of dirt with a napkin while Jeep yanked at the exposed roots. They could make out the first few words now. "Buildings crumble." "Get some more tea," Dana whispered. The governor's musical voice went up and down the scale. "Today, the good people of Lawrence, Kansas, have pledged to restore this monument to their proud history. Jeep and Anne came back, each with 2 full glasses of iced tea and a pile of napkins. They doused the stone, washing away the dirt, until at last everything was clear. "Buildings crumble, but leaves and grass are eternal. I plant this tree in memory of Matthew Luke Charles and Elizabeth Charles. April 20th, 1877, J.B.W. Amen."